I'm pretty sure my husband secretly fathered all of his best friend's kids, and now their eldest son is trying to date our daughter, and it's driving me insane because they could be siblings, and if I'm right, our entire family is screwed. My husband and his best friend have been inseparable since they were 7 years old. She grew up 2 houses down from him. They rode the same bus, went to the same schools, showed up at each other's worst moments. By the time I met him in college, she was already woven into the fabric of who he was. He told me on our second date that she was basically his sister. I believed him completely, and for a long time I had no reason not to. She was warm, funny, easy to be around. She was at our wedding. She was at the hospital when our daughter was born. I genuinely loved her. I still don't fully know what to do with that. She had her first kid when we were all 29. No husband, no boyfriend anyone knew about. She said it was a brief thing with someone she'd met traveling. We supported her. My husband helped her find an apartment, helped with the deposit. I told myself it was loyalty. Then she had another. Someone from work, she said. Didn't want to get into it. By the 3rd pregnancy, I had stopped asking because she'd made it clear she wasn't answering. I told myself some people just move through life differently. But somewhere in the back of my mind, something had started to settle. Not an accusation, more like a shadow I kept choosing not to look at directly. The eye condition was what I couldn't explain away. My husband has a rare genetic disorder affecting his right eye, a slight cloudiness in the iris, barely visible unless you know to look for it. His doctor told us years ago it appears in about 1 in 4,000 people, and it's almost always hereditary. Her youngest son has the exact same cloudiness in the exact same eye. I noticed it at a birthday party 2 summers ago. I stood there holding a paper plate and felt the floor tilt under me. I didn't say anything. I went to the bathroom, ran cold water over my wrists, and came back out and watched my husband push the little boy on the tire swing. I started paying attention differently after that. Her middle son walks like my husband. Same slight lean to the left, same pace, like he's always running 3 minutes late somewhere important. Her eldest has my husband's jawline. Not similar, the same. I have sat with photographs and the resemblance does not get easier to look at. My husband got a vasectomy 8 years ago. We made the decision together after our second daughter was born. What became significant, quietly and privately, was what happened after. She never got pregnant again. Not once. In the years before the procedure, her pregnancies had arrived every few years without explanation. Then they simply stopped. I told myself I was constructing a story out of coincidences. I told myself good people don't do things like this. I kept telling myself things, and I kept not believing them. I never confronted him. I came close a dozen times. I would lie in bed watching him sleep, running the conversation in my head, and then think about our daughters and our house and 17 years of a life I loved, and decide that uncertain was better than destroyed. I chose the shadow every single time. Then 3 weeks ago, everything changed. Her eldest son pulled my daughter aside at a gathering and told her he had feelings for her. He said he had been waiting 2 years to find the right moment. My daughter is 15. She came home that night with her cheeks flushed, wanting to talk it through with me like it was the most normal thing in the world. I went cold in a way I have never gone cold before. I told her no. Immediately. Firmly, no. She asked me why, and I couldn't tell her. I gave her the age gap. I gave her she wasn't ready. I told her to trust me. She cried. She said I was being unfair. He texted me directly 2 days later. Polite, respectful, confused. He asked if there was something he had done wrong. I stared at his name on my screen and could not respond. I have not slept properly since. I lie awake running calculations I can't complete. I study photographs. I make lists of similarities and fold them up and shove them in my coat pocket so my husband won't find them. Last night, my daughter came downstairs while I was sitting alone in the kitchen. She sat across from me, looked me in the eyes, and asked me to give her one real reason. Not a feeling, not a hesitation. One reason she could actually hold. I opened my mouth and nothing came out. She went back upstairs, and I sat in the dark thinking about that little boy on the tire swing, and my husband pushing him, and how natural it looked, and how that image has lived inside me like something I accidentally swallowed and cannot get out. I still have not said a word to my husband. I don't know how to begin a sentence that ends with our entire life.